rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me today. Chris Mallard, for those who don't know. My lovely co-host, Ryan, will be here in just a second. She's gone to do the voodoo that she does. And we're going to have, I got some things to talk about. We're going to have a good time today. It is Thor's Day, in case you didn't know. I knew. I wasn't surprised. I've been waiting for Thor's Day because Friday is right around the corner. So I'm looking forward to that. You know, I do have some things, like I said, to talk about today. It's going to be fun. I also had a crazy conservative character pop up in my comments on my YouTube videos. It's weird. We're going to talk about that. Let's have some fun today.
Life is complicated. These are trying times. There are many questions that need answering. Want to know what's going to help? Atheism. With atheism, you'll get rid of dogma, superstitions, and toxic thought patterns that are holding you back. You can drive while taking atheism, as well as use heavy machinery. In fact, drinking alcohol, fornicating, and Sunday mornings are far more enjoyable with atheism. However, there are side effects. Some evangelicals and fundamentalists will think you're possessed by the devil. But you don't have to worry, because you know the devil isn't real. Just like God. Wake up to your life. Believe in yourself. Believe in science. Atheism.
All right, we are back. Good morning, everyone. Let me bring up my lovely co-host, Ryan. I'm actually the lovely one. She's the smart one. You gotta know how it works.
I don't know about all that, Chris. Don't go that far now, Chris.
I know. Since Durante ain't here no more.
I know. The smart one left us, honestly.
You're just stuck with who you're stuck with, people.
Exactly.
Good morning, everyone. Let me say hi to Ryan. Ryan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm here. I'm well. I'm alive and kicking. Ready to be an atheist.
Are you ready to do some atheisting right here with me in front of God and everybody?
Atheist day off right.
Yay. All right.
The atheist way.
I started to blaspheme in the other room and I thought, no. Save it for the show.
Yeah. Save it.
Got to save it for the show.
Yeah. Don't go
good morning.
full throttle, because then you might run out of your atheisting by the end of the show.
Don't want to get tired, nappy and whatnot.
Yeah.
True enough. Understood. Good morning, everyone. Gary Priestley is here from Sydney, Australia. He's here from the future. Nice to have you with us. Meek is here. Good morning, Meek. We have new Marjorie Anderson kicked in the door. Good morning, atheists.
Hello.
Remember, I know, right? Remember that even though you don't believe in God, he believes in you. Aww. And he needs money. Well done, Marjorie. Well done. Thank you for
God needs to borrow a $5. Anybody spot got a 10?
Yes. Hey, you've heard that joke. I don't remember where I heard it. It's on a movie or somewhere. And they're like, well, you know what we'll do? We'll just throw all the money up in the air and God can keep what he wants.
Yeah, whatever hits the floor, he thinks ours. He bequeaths
That's right.
To us.
Exactly correct. That's good. Because he doesn't need it, obviously. Right? What's God need with money? He doesn't need it. We need it.
We need it, certainly.
Good morning, everyone. Bomb Poppy's here. How you doing, Bomb Poppy? I don't think I've seen your face in the chat in a day or three. You know, chat goes by fast. But good morning. Thank you for joining us again. Muttley Von Erich is here. We got people from all over the world. Muttley's in England, if I remember. Is that correct, Muttley, or somewhere over there? We got Philip Lister. I think he's listening somewhere from Sweden or somewhere in that area. And then we've got an Aussie here as well. So goodness gracious. You people ain't right. What are you doing? Shouldn't you be like working or sleeping or something?
What are you doing here?
Like fighting off drop bears.
I mean, you and we have an excuse. We know why we're here. But then,
I know. I got to be honest, I'm not really sure why I'm here.
I just woke up and found myself here. So
yeah. I'm just glad my pants are dry.
I'm just as confused as you are.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Jesse Bear is here, the FAFO Action Month. They're helping kids. Go ahead and throw some coin at them. They could sure appreciate that. I appreciate you, Jesse Bear, for putting that stuff out there. Jesse Bear designed our OnlyFans logo up there.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
right
she
here.
did that. That was very cool. Jesse Bear.
I love it.
Muttley Von Erich donated $2 super Cardiff, Wales. I see. He's in Wales, so
Oh, Wales. Oh, I'd love
he's
to.
like
Does
Jonah.
he speak Welsh? I'd love to hear him talk.
I don't know. I guess he might. I don't know. Do you do live streams? We may have to have you on the show one of these days, Muttley, just to hear you talk.
Have you ever heard them, like someone speak Welsh before?
I can't say it's on. Yeah, not really. I can't really say
It was
that.
the coolest thing I've heard in my goddamn life. I went there for a wedding to this huge, oh my God, beautiful castle that's now like a venue. And the people who worked there were, Welsh speakers. And I would just be at the bar, just standing there listening to like the maids and stuff talk to each other, because it was just like, I apologize. That's what it sounded like to me. But.
Welsh people, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Muttley, Von Erich included. Normally whenever I say that, I'm like calling out somebody like, Tim Roth, if you're watching, or, whoever, I know they're not watching. It's always a joke.
Doubtful.
But in this case, there's actually somebody really interesting, fascinating. Good morning. Creaky Blinder is a pretty neat. Oh, okay. I got you. From Peak, I've seen that show. Good morning, theoretically, says, what's up, people? Let's see here. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Muttley. We appreciate it. Adrian Von Erich says, Chris, to go both Chris and Ryan, and to be on topic, I'm guessing depending on if you believe or not, 100%, I'll leave that. I'm listening more on, okay. You're on listening mode this morning, Adrian. Good thinking, good thinking. Well, let me refresh our poll over here. We'll talk about our poll for just a second. And the question of the day is rather straightforward. Is Christianity a scam? Okay, that's a question. Now, obviously, it's a loaded question because I'm an atheist channel. We got atheist followers. So, so far, 81% of our respondents. We've had 53 responses so far.
Oh, 53, dang.
I know. We're moving this morning. 81% of them have said, yep, from day one, Christianity was a scam. Okay, got that. Yes, it is now, because it has been corrupted by man, is option number 2. Ooh. And that has 4% of the vote. So there are people out there who believe that it was not a scam, but men corrupted it. Okay. And then 8% of the vote have said no. I know.
Shocking.
8% have said no lies or scams detected. Christianity is the truth. So there's those people out there. And then there are the none of. So that's kind of what we're talking about. Now, my point recently, as I've been discovering, as I learned more about Christianity, is that, yeah, I mean, if you're Jesus, if you were Jesus or somebody who really followed Jesus and you saw what Paul started teaching, you'd be like, wait a second, that's not.
Jesus would be beating Paul's ass. Just
He beat
saying.
Paul's ass in a parking lot of a grocery store. Absolutely, I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he'd cut off the end of his dick. Because that's what he was all about.
I mean, technically, he already had that tip cut, but he might have bobbed
That's
it.
true.
He might have been the first to bob it.
Paul. Did Paul have his? See, Paul didn't have his, I don't think. He may have. Was Paul circumcised?
Well, he should have. He
question.
was Jewish. I would assume so.
Yeah, I guess he should have.
He was a Pharisee, allegedly. And again, that's just all too contrite. It just seems so perfect. Oh, he's Jewish and he's a Pharisee. Like, wow, he has authority. He's an intelligent man. He's trained. He's learned. He's influential. Okay.
He's a scam artist.
But nobody else knows about Paul until later in the 1st century. That's weird. That's suspicious.
Yes. And there was something I saw. Oh, man, there was something I saw, and I can't remember what it was right off, but it was like, Paul doesn't mention this thing, and he allegedly met these people. And if he'd have met them, surely they'd have told him about this thing. I can't remember what it was. Nancy's here. Good morning, Nancy. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Nancy. I love you.
Yes. Nancy's fantastic. Lots of fun. Oh, my goodness. I got to play with her boob.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah. I know. It's fantastic.
I just wanted to see the areola.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
Well, it tasted fantastic. I'm just saying.
Did you put it in your mouth?
I'm a bad man. I guess.
I should ask that on air. Jeez.
Good morning, Henry Mars. Thank you for joining us. Ember is here. Misinterpretations is here. I got to meet Ember, Misinterpretations, Nancy, all last month. I got to meet all those wonderful people last month. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Jesse Pear, Ollie and Pickles, 2028. I'm down.
I'd vote.
Yeah.
Got my vote.
Me too. So yeah, my notion really to the question of is it a scam? I think all the way back to Paul. And you know, the people are like, why would Paul do that? He was already a rich man. Well, he might have been a rich man, but he was despised. He was a tax collector. People hated him, right? If I remember right.
Well, I don't know about tax collector, but allegedly, according to what's written in the Bible, he had some kind of authority where he was given permission to go and persecute this group of
Christians. Okay.
people. So that just makes you wonder, like, by whose authority? Was this by the Jewish people in the community? Was this by the Romans? Right? Like, where'd this come from? I'd love to know.
Who said it was okay? Let's ask.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who gave permission to Saul of Tarsus, right? I think at this point.
Yeah. Because if he came from, because I forget, where was he born, you guys? Sorry. Do you remember? Is it
Saul?
somewhere in Rome or no, Turkey? Was Paul from Turkey, you guys? Shit. I can't believe
Let's
I forget
see
that.
here.
It's somewhere in the memory banks. I just can't access right now. I'm having a software error, secular feelinist.
I'm asking some questions here just to see, and we'll just go on what we get.
Tarsus. Oh, yeah. Tarsus. Derp. You said it. You dipshit. You dipshit.
Saul of Tarsus received permission from the high priest in Jerusalem, likely the Sanhedrin leadership. Yes, Sanhedrin. That's right. Pardon my accent. To arrest Christians, especially noted in Acts 9:1-2. Birthplace, he was born in Tarsus, Saul of Tarsus.
Yeah.
Just saying. Which is in Sicilia, which is modern day Turkey.
So it almost sounds like homie was a hired henchman.
Yeah.
You ain't even from the area, bruh. Get the F out my city.
Yeah.
You're coming to my city to tell me how to live. I don't care if you're a Jew. F you. You ain't more Jewish than I am. Like, again, whose authority do you have to come tell me how to be Jewish? F out of here. God damn it. Orthodoxy, bitch.
Let's go here. Let's see here. Pum, 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 pum. And he was circumcised on the 8th day per Jewish law. So he was circumcised.
According to the legend.
According to the legend. Yes. So according to this, what I'm reading, this is just, you guys go look it up for yourself. Don't listen to me. I'm just trusting chat for brevity, right?
I feel you.
Now, if Dr. Kip were here, I'd love to hear his thoughts on it. But Paul lived about the same time as Jesus. Okay, that's a win for Paul. Okay, Paul didn't claim to meet or see Jesus. Didn't know anything, until after 3 years after Jesus allegedly died.
Right.
So he still never met the guy. It was all in delusion. Yeah. So, how about Paul's parents? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right, Gadfly. That's correct. I forgot about that. But his connections to like the Herodian family, like there's a little bit of a history that we're given in there, like little bits and pieces. So he is some kind of, what would you call that? I mean, I wouldn't say that he has like a title, but almost like sent in secret. And it's interesting because even Paul talks about like these secret people causing problems, like infiltrators of sorts. What if he was just the infiltrator? What if he's like the dude pointing the finger, like every accusation is a confession.
Oh, yeah. That's true, huh? We know how they do that.
Right. Oh my goodness. Maybe there is this group of guys causing a ruckus, like with this word of peace. So he comes in, infiltrates it, changes the narrative. I'm Just saying.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like a
yeah,
good conspiracy baked in 2,000 years.
it really did. Oh yeah. Yeah. Except for, again, one of the things is kind of hard to sell to
That's
Gentiles, the whole having to cut off the end of your dick thing. That was a hard sell.
That was a very hard sell, and he had to figure out how to do's it.
Yeah. So
You
he took
know?
care of that with like a vision, I guess. And what
Which
else
to
was
me,
there?
just to me, that's why it almost does seem like Paul's story would have more than likely rose out of the fall of the temple. Like it almost does seem more a creation, a narrative created after the fall, just something to kind of guide the people, the wanderers, those questioning their beliefs after God allows the temple to fall, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the new way. I got it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just throwing shit out there.
Have you ever heard of Joseph Atwill?
Yes. Is he the guy who came up with the idea of the Roman Cretan Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Mhm.
Romans created Jesus. That's a fascinating watch to go see because he talks about things. I find it interesting. I had him on the show. He was actually, I think, the last
Oh, did you
person I
speak
had
to
on the
him?
Daily. Yeah.
Oh,
He was the
cool.
last person I interviewed on the old Daily Atheist morning show before we shut it down.
Wow. Exciting.
Henry Marr says Paul's parents were Roman. The crucifix is a dipole. That's a good one, Kat. I dig that. A dipole. Anyway, Jeanette's boxing channel. Hey, it's been a day or three since I've seen you, Jeanette. I hope you're doing great. I can't believe the right is stepping up their attacks instead of accusing Trump of being what he is. It's crazy, isn't it? Rather than just admitting what Trump is and getting him the hell out, they are going after the Clintons.
And it feels like every Republican is in on the gig. They're all throwing stuff at the wall to see what will stick. Like I saw another Republican, I don't remember the name, I apologize, but she was saying that all of her constituents have been asking her about getting the golf renamed. And so that's what she's like at a town hall discussing. Like, are you kidding me? Like, people are going broke. They're concerned about their health care and their future, their investments, retirement. I mean, everything, jobs. And you think they're actually concerned with American pride, as she was calling it, to rename the Gulf of Mexico? Oh, get the F out of here.
They are so full of lies. And, if you're not familiar with the whole gerrymandering districts, that's a fascinating topic in and of itself. If we had like nonpartisan district assignments, the Republicans would never have office again. They'd never hold office again. That's their whole reason why they do the gerrymandering. Have you seen a Republican district? They're like, shh, 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 shh. It's ridiculous.
I heard
and now they want more.
Yes, and I apologize, guys. I'm not good at names. I'm not even good with names in here half the time. But another Republican that I saw discussing it on the news, saying like how it was advantageous for them, and the newscaster was asking, well, like why? Because it's good for us. No other reason than it's good for us. It's going to give us what we want, which will be the best thing for Texas. Why? Because more white people have the majority. Like, get the F out of here. And he was specifically saying carving up like Latino territories and things like that.
That's exactly what they do. Yep. And it really should be criminal. And I say that because of the harm they do when they get in power. It'd be one thing if it didn't affect anybody, but it affects people's lives. Right. These people, they get in office, they dick around with the districts so they can stay in office, and then they oppress people, they hurt people, they rob people. It's ridiculous. It needs to be undone. They need to get rid of that shit. Austin is here. Good morning, Austin Sims. Ghost slaps for you should be illegal. Right. The conservatives are kind of like the modern day conservatives. The MAGA conservatives are like the worst of our population. Once again, we've said it before, if they're going to make a decision, it's always going to be the wrong decision. This is a good example. The WNBA is the latest victim. Someone threw a dildo at a game, and Republicans made a video laughing. Imagine imagining if a player got hurt. You know, that's kind of what's the normal decent human thing to do? You know,
but they care about women. They want to protect women from the wrong people using the bathrooms.
Right.
Oh, but like throwing a sexual object out and trying to objectify women on a court. I mean, that's funny.
Yes. Well, they are trying to protect women. They're trying to protect them from higher wages and protect them from equality.
Exactly.
Protect them from the choice of their own body.
We don't want them to have to do banking. That's a lot of strenuous work.
It is coming, I'm sure. Yeah.
Or have a debit card or, you know, any kind of credit card. That's too much math. True.
I know. Girls can't do that. That sounds just like, you know, they say it's dumb. Here's the thing I got. I remember, do you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, I made this meme about how the conservatives were going to lower the age of consent in order to make it to where it wasn't a felony, what Trump did.
Yeah.
And then somebody found an article and posted it on Facebook. It showed me about it. I don't know how I found out about it, and apparently there's this conservative politician who did exactly that. He had an 18-year-old relative who had had sex with a 13-year-old and was about to face jail. And so he went and changed the law from like 15 or 16. I don't know how, 15 or 16 down to 13. But as long as the boy, even if he's 18, he has to still be in college. Now, that makes sense, right? So you can drop the age of a girl's consent depending on whether or not the boy, being 18, is still in high school. If he is still in high school, her age of consent drops from 15 to 13. Why? What does his age or what does his status in life, his whether he's in high school or not in high school, whether he's flying an airplane or in a submarine, why does any status he have change her status? The reason why her age of consent is 16, if it's 16 in this case, is because we don't think they're mature enough to be able to decide for themselves if they can do that. But because he is still in high school at the age of 18, he is able to make that. Why? I don't really understand how her age of consent is based on his status in society. I hope I explain that correctly.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? This is where like the cult in me goes like, oh, so many thoughts. Because on one hand I go, well, my father was 19 and my mother was 14, had me when she was 15. But then I think like, yeah, I mean, that probably shouldn't have been happening. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Now, do I think like maybe there's like it shouldn't always be like a hard line, because maybe there could be other maybe they grew up together and they've been in a relationship and he was 17 and she was 14.
12?
Well, no, not that, but like
that's what we're talking about here.
Well, I mean like 17, 14 or something like where they've grown up, they know each other, but
right.
But,
you're
I don't think that his status really should be. Yeah.
Right. That's absolutely what the Romeo and Juliet laws are about, like down in Texas. So if you're a boy of 18, you can still have relations with a girl who is 16 or 17 and not go to jail because it's reasonable. You were 17 when you were dating and you guys grew up. That makes sense. This is a 5-year difference.
Yeah, that's the 5 years.
You know, that's one thing. Point A. Point B is, like I said, why is it that they're basing her age of consent on his status? That's 2. And then number 3, the really big point is the only reason why we're talking about this at all is because a conservative politician lowered the age of consent to get somebody out of trouble.
And I saw that one, I think it was yesterday too. I saw that news piece. And just using your power. It's almost as if these people get into power so they can use their influence to change justice. I feel like that's probably the number one reason. Money, and so they can get away with crap, or their family can get away with shit.
Corruption,
Corruption.
corruption. And this is exemplary. Part of the reason why this came up is because I was talking about conservatives I wouldn't be surprised if they were to drop the age of consent down to 12 so they could get Trump off of the charges of essaying a child. That would only work so far, though. At that point, wouldn't it still be statutory? No, I guess it wouldn't be if they dropped the age of consent. Wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
So, but they don't really care, do they? I mean, I made a note over here on my thing. Here's my note on my thing. Like a wart, it sits there on my thing, reminding me
Put a penny
every
on
day.
it.
Yes, every day to remind me, why aren't they burning Trump hats? Why isn't MAGA burning Trump hats? Why aren't they up in flames with those Trump hats? This is worse than kneeling on the side of a football field. This is worse than sponsoring a trans person with your beer label. This is much, much worse. Where the hell are the MAGA people burning why aren't they burning their Trump stuff?
These people could always get a pass.
Yeah, there's this meeting happening between Bongino, I think his name, and then Bondi and Patel and their lawyer, that lawyer guy who went to talk to what's her face, Maxwell, and they're having this secret meeting to decide what to do about this stuff. Are they going to sit in that meeting and go, you know what? We know Trump is a PDF file and we need to just expose him and get JD Vance up there because that's their best option. Just get Trump out of the way. He is just an absolute disgusting thing. Because they know. These people know. They've seen the evidence, whether it's his name in a call log, whether it's his name in a fly log, or whether his individual person in a video recorded with an underage, with an underage girl, with a child. So they know. They have seen the evidence.
There's so many videos surfacing. I'm sure you all saw the one where he was on stage talking to a young lady who asked about being a flight attendant.
Mm-hmm. No, I haven't seen that.
Okay. She was in the audience. She asked a question about how many planes Trump owned. And he was like, come up here, because she wanted to be a flight attendant. And I believe he put his arm around her. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, she was standing next to him. And at the end, he did kiss her on the cheek.
Really?
And yeah, they like that cheek kiss type deal. And he was saying how she was beautiful and he would let her work on his plane anytime. And that having a girl like that work on his plane would be like putting alcohol in front of the alcoholic. No, I didn't give the thumbs up, you bitch. And that he was like, oh, that's how I would be, like an alcoholic.
Really?
Very strange behavior and perverted behavior. And y'all, the thing that pissed me off the most was the fact I could hear women laughing about it in the audience.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's being an utter pervert to a beautiful young lady. And I just heard, oh, that's so funny. An old pervert talking about a young girl. Oh,
Right.
Bitch.
Have you seen about Marjorie Trader Green actually maybe starting to come to the realization that the right wing doesn't respect women? Have you seen that?
No.
I know. I saw it. I don't know if it's true or not.
Seriously?
Me and you talked about just because
now?
just recently. You and I have talked about just because our differences line up and we agree on one thing doesn't mean we forgive them for everything, right?
Right.
But if she could realize that, what else could she possibly realize?
I mean, hey, listen, I'm always happy for anybody to come to the light. Sometimes I get a little pissed off and I'm like, little too late.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, I was an idiot. I was a jerk. I was a cunt. I did a lot of things I shouldn't have done. Said a lot of things I shouldn't have said. And if I can come 180, I do believe other people can. And maybe they won't come 180, but shit, a turn is a turn, and I'll take that if it's away from the Christian nationalist agenda.
Absolutely. And, not that I'm really a Marjorie Trader Green. You notice I always call her Marjorie Trader Green.
Yeah, we're not fans here.
Yeah.
She's a broken clock.
But let me do this and say that we on the progressive side, left, I guess left, progressive.
Whatever, yeah.
We could use someone like her. I know that
Good
sounds
example.
weird.
A good example,
could, yeah. We could use somebody with that drive, that passion, that willing to step up and just do and go and continue going and pressing and pressing and pressing.
Like a bulldog.
The right seems to have that. The left doesn't. The left is like, oh, stop. Oh, you're bad. Stop.
Chris, we have to follow the rules, okay, Chris?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
we have to be better than them. So we're just going to be better than them till the point of extinction.
Yes, until they
Goodbye.
throw us in prison. Look at look at what's happened with Obama. Donald Trump is threatening and starting to investigate Obama's investigation of him, and would love to throw Obama in jail.
I hope
Did you
Obama
see-
has some pull. I hope he still has like friends in high places is all I can say.
Yeah, I don't know. They've all been fired. Donald Trump's been going on a purge. And you know, when they first got in office, one of the first things they started doing, people they started firing, were generals. Getting those out of the way early. So
People in control of the arms.
The Democrats are remarkably invisible. That's true, Philip Lister. I mean, like, we'd be really hard pressed. Almost anybody in the audience, I think, just your general left winger, you know, somebody down on the side, just kind of hard pressed to name more than just two or three of, you know, and who would you vote for? Who would you want? And anytime we start talking about that, it's already like they're going to start going at themselves. Man, I really like Gavin Newsom. I would love him to be president. Oh, I love Beto O'Rourke. I would love him to be president. So now we're going to shit on Gavin Newsom. We're going to shit on Beto O'Rourke. And they just start eating each other. Gavin Newsom should be president. Beto O'Rourke should be vice president. Work that shit out, people.
Together
If they wanted Hillary, they should have had Hillary as the president, Bernie Sanders as the vice president. They should have done that. They'd have gotten the whole thing.
Ticket.
Right. It would have been it would have been a winning ticket. You know, they would have gotten the old guard and the new guard and all that stuff, and everybody. I think it'd have been much better than just absolutely shafting him, despite the popular,
or at least just
progressives.
fucking winning. Like, again, it's that thing where, like, listen, okay, Dems, these might not be the candidates we wanted. Okay, we can concur, but you know what? They're probably the winning ticket that we have right now. So why don't we just fucking get the fucking seat? Why don't we just fucking win?
Yeah.
I'm tired of just like, no, this is who we're gonna stick by, beep, 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 and then we lose.
Mm-hmm.
And then what good does it do us?
Right. Over and over. Like I say, stop. Oh, stop. Stop. You know? I mean, now, let's see what happens. And Donald Trump is really turning this country into a full-blown authoritarian state. What do you call it? A security state? With the Palantir and all that business. It's just where our privacy is gone. He's finding everything out about us. He's taking and purging the government, purging the military. There's nobody can stop him. It's just a matter of time before he just openly says, you know what, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and nobody can stop me.
Yeah. And it just seems that all the Republicans are okay with that and paving the way and realizing the only way that they can have power in this administration is just caving and giving them what they want.
Absolutely.
And I just hope that Republicans see that. I hope they realize that their candidates are just bending over and taking it.
Yeah. Oh, I hope they see it too.
And vote differently next time.
Ravadale says, I still can't get over the fact he was wandering around on the roof. Well, you know, I don't think that was by accident. I think
Diddler on the roof.
Right. Diddler on the roof. That is so great. But here's the thing. I think something is going up there. So he's going to put
something's going up there. Something's going up there. All right. What it's going to be, I don't know. But the fact homie's getting so comfortable is pissing me the F off. Oh, it's with my money, so it's okay. No, bitch. This is like historical property land that you shouldn't just change to your whim. I'm not saying you can't make changes.
Right. To my knowledge, the only thing that's his money are the flagpoles. That's all. So he paid.
I don't believe him. I don't
Garden.
believe him, but that's what he says.
Oh, right. That's what he says. Right. But the Rose Garden, he paved the Rose Garden. All the history, all the beauty, you know, all that is gone because he paved it. Just like the shit he
parties. You ain't got nowhere else to have a party.
I don't know what his problem is. I mean, but then he did that. He did the flagpoles. He's doing a $200 million ballroom that he's not paying for. The country's paying for. These are not the signs of a man who's planning on leaving this building.
And yeah, exactly. He's getting comfortable. He's decorating it to his liking because he's setting up shop. He's planning on being there for a long time.
Deviant Outcast.
With his golden showers.
Right. Yes. Deviant Outcast, you didn't know he paved the Rose Garden. He pulled it up with, and just paved it all completely flat. The little rain gutters at the end, along the edge of this, there's little rain gutters every now and then along the new paved, cemented, I guess, whatever you call it. And those rain gutters are shaped like American flags. Kind of fits, doesn't it?
The amount of money, the millions being spent on redecorating your home when Texas still has bodies to be recovered from the flood.
From the floods.
You're disgusting.
Mm-hmm. And the notion that they would withhold funds to a democratic state, that's just ridiculous.
Yep.
We're supposed to be one nation, especially when it comes in times like that. But
you're
they're all
holding
about
their tax money hostage. Basically, that's money they've given to you in good faith that when the time comes, that insurance policy is going to kick in and we can rescue people and prevent their deaths. But instead of preventing deaths, we let them die and then we're letting their bodies rot.
Yes. Did you see that post that was, I don't know if you saw this, Oklahoma politician said, yes, we've gotten rid of taxes. Finally. We've defeated the tax monster. And Gavin Newsom reposted and says, yeah, and we're going to have to pay for that because your state's always in the negative.
Right.
And our state's always literally having to pay for your shit.
Welfare state.
They're a welfare state.
They are the welfare state. Like, y'all keep pointing the finger at individuals who are working full-time jobs who still don't make enough money because wages suck and cost of living is so high, but you still want to put the burden on those people when you as a state are taking the biggest freaking lump sum ever.
Right. I know. They're horrific. They are. I don't know.
You're mad at me for my $300 that I used to get for welfare for groceries for a family of 4. That's piss. That's piss. I'm telling you, a month. That's piss. Meanwhile, you're getting, I don't even know how many millions, and then you can't even help Texas out when they need help. Ridiculous.
It's crazy. I know they've got all this money. Why can't they? We are DNA. It's like spending money on Botox while you just had a heart attack. Yeah, that's kind of a good way to put it. And eating a cheeseburger at the same time. Again, I really feel like Vladimir Putin has got to be so happy with Donald Trump and what he has done to our nation. The Gold House, formerly the White House. Did you see the despicable, gross-looking, opulent ballroom decorations?
It's so weird, like gold leaf.
Yeah, all over everything. And I don't know if it's the ballroom or the whatever they call it, the meeting room where they hold the press conferences and all that business where they're sitting. Yeah. It's all gold. Just gaudy, tacky, disgusting gold. You know it.
And they removed a bust of, oh shoot. What was it? Was it Martin Luther King? I don't know. It was a prominent Black leader. They removed his bust. They've changed some of the pictures. Like, I guess the president's allowed to decorate how he wants, but the fact that he's using our money to do it, I don't like that. That's not cool.
Yeah. And, again, especially since he's not going to be there that long, right? I mean, it's not like this is
not his house. Literally.
It's his house. Now, there's another thing where I believe they've corrupted the elections. And even if it's not going to be his house, he probably thinks it's going to be J.D. Vance's house or Donald Trump Jr.'s house.
Yeah, I guess.
So, because, he is 80. He's getting up there. And he's not in the greatest of health. And you're right. Musk is the biggest welfare queen. We should not give any more money to Musk at all. He's the richest man in the world. Why is he getting any subsidies
so much
at all?
Handouts. Yeah. From, that's, we're paying for this.
We're paying for that. That's
I
right.
don't like it. Make
And,
it stop.
One of the things is like Starlink. Oh, Starlink. He's got the Starlink. Well, you know what? That's his private thing that he put up there and he makes money on. Why are we subsidizing that? Why did we let him do that instead of having NASA do it? Because it would have been more responsible and done better. But I think that's where it came in. He came in, he's like, well, why let NASA do something like that when I can do it? But it's not a government program. It's a personal, private program. So not only did they give him billions of dollars to do it, you also have to pay for it.
But that is that's an example of how our government is basically selling out all the different agencies that normally were run by the government, overseen by, people who've trained for this experience, did it, whatever, and give it to this freaking Nepo baby.
Right.
Big old freaking titty baby who got his prominence, his start because he's rich. I'm not saying he's not smart whatsoever, but there's a lot of smart people out there,
right,
that could have probably done far better than him had they had the advantages that he grew up with.
Exactly. Now, on that kind of note, have you heard, we've had world-changing floods. I mean, it's just been fantastic. Floods all over the country.
I think saw one in India recently.
Yeah, all over the world, we've been having floods. It's I think it's pretty much impossible to deny that global climate change is real and that it's becoming more and more dangerous, as we've seen by the sizes of these floods. And you know what they announced this week? They are going to create a new satellite that's going to monitor the atmosphere to let us know how much and when and where the temperature changes on the Earth are happening, so we can study it better and try to. No, that's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing. I'm sorry. We already have that. We already have a satellite that does that and is doing that, and they're crashing it into the ocean. They're scuttling this satellite.
What?
Everything these people can do wrong. Well, it's like $200 million or something. I don't know how much it costs to run the program.
And they just want to nix it all together.
Well, there's also, they don't believe in climate change, point A. Anything, it's going to prove them wrong, point B. And of course, there are billionaires out there that need that $200 million for another dinghy for their yachts, sub-yachts dinghy.
Is this not the most privileged, outrageous thing that you've heard? That this country continues to wreck the earth, like participate in the exploitation of our home, of what God allegedly created 6 days, had to take a goddamn break because he was so tired for a day. God, you perfect being. And here you are creating a climate crisis where the rest of the world is suffering. Freaking Florida's going to be in the goddamn, Florida's going to be out in pasture soon. California's going to be wasting away. Very true. As long as the rich get richer, you don't care. That is, I feel bad for the rest of the world. That's actually terrifying that they can do whatever they want, and we will do everything we can to undermine the changes.
Everything we can. Here's a point. We Are DNA says floods and earthquakes, lots of earthquakes in our area every week. Let me ask you, We Are DNA, where are you? I don't know where you are. If you kind of give us a clue, let us know what region you're in. Now, we kind of expect earthquakes to a degree on the West Coast, every now and then out in West Texas, hell, we'd have an earthquake once in a while. California. Okay, California. That's great. So we kind of expect you to a degree to have earthquakes. It's no big deal. But, there's this thing, and it's called fracking, and it's where they shove water down into the ground and kind of force fluid down in there, and they do some kind of special things in the oil field. And the environmentalists have been saying for years this was going to cause problems. Not only was going to cause like water tables to be destroyed, poison, but also because of what they were doing, it was going to weaken the shale under there, and they were going to start having earthquakes. And no, that's not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. And now if you go look, Oklahoma is having earthquakes. They have been having a lot of earthquakes. It is now known what's caused that. They didn't listen. It was too late by the time anybody listened, you know?
What about the next flood in Texas? You know, is at some point Texas going to get it? Probably not. The fact that these Republicans are showing their ass.
Yeah. Are the Texans going to get it? We know that the people leading Texas are not going to get it unless Donald Trump says, hey, you need to get it now. That's the only, and he has no empathy. He cares about nothing but himself. Why give money away for flood people when that money could go for some rich person? You know, that's clearly what he's been doing.
One of his friends, one of his swamp buddies.
That's right. Why do that? Why pay for the flood? Why help people down there in Texas whenever you need a $200 million ballroom? Why help the people of this country whenever you need a $400 million airplane? That's going to cost, what, nearly another $1 billion to overhaul, and it's going to take pretty much the rest of his presidency to do it. And then he's going to take it to his own, he's going to take it for his own whatever. What the fuck? Well, why is he doing that? Why is the conservatives even letting this? What about fiscal responsibility? You know, so it's giving the earth an enema. Well, so I saw, hey, did you hear this? I saw there's a meme, or that may even be a news article out. I don't know how they're talking about putting a nuclear reactor on the moon. Wow. I know, right? And the meme I saw said they're talking about putting a nuclear reactor on the moon. What's in the Epstein files must be really bad if they're going that far. I even made the meme saying, hey, if there were UFOs and the government had proof, we would know by now, because Donald Trump would have dumped it out to distract from this Epstein thing.
Like, there's nothing that man will not do or say to wag the fucking dog. That actually terrifies me. Doing anything on the moon, I really like going there, landing, checking shit out, fine, whatever, have a good old time.
That's one thing, right?
Go walk about on the moon.
Right.
But putting a nuclear reactor, no, we kind of need our man. So please don't.
Well, without knowing more, okay, all I can say is this is the same people who put RFK Jr. in charge of the United States Health Department. And look at what he's doing. So I would not trust these people to put a battery on the moon. Now, if we could embrace our science and all that business, putting a way station, a place where they could stop. And I mean, the colonizing the moon to some degree is just a part, or should just be a part of our future. I would love to see that scientifically if you're taken by smart people. But nothing these people have done has said it's going to be good.
I don't think anybody, I don't think any country should trust America doing anything to the moon. And I think that we should somehow contractually put this in writing. Like, there's hands off the effing moon.
Don't let us fuck with the moon.
No, I mean, this could truly cause wars. Like, could you imagine, like, America goes up there and starts building shit and is like, nah, it's kind of our moon now.
Yeah.
Then what?
Oh, I could see them do that now already. You know, we kind of have that problem in the north as the ice melts.
Exactly.
Yeah. And all these people are up there claiming land rights to oil rights and mineral rights and all this business to land they couldn't reach before. There's already been tensions, you know?
I hope they dig up some kind of bacteria, fungus.
There's a movie out there. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even joking, but I don't want to see something we all can get it just for them.
I got you. I wrote a book that had that actually. Yeah.
Well, can you make it come true, please?
I wish I could. Well, I didn't say that. Well, you'd actually have to know the circumstances of the book. Anyway, We Are DNA says my son is going to university for aeronautical aerospace engineering, and it's going to be interesting to see what they will be doing for the future. Well, I love the idea of what the future brings. I'm scared of what. Well, they're gutting all the research. They're gutting research for cancer. Yeah. They're gutting Alzheimer's research. They're gutting
the mRNA.
I mean, yes, they're
Yep.
get rid of that
Are
too.
you kidding me? Did we not just learn a lesson like a couple years back? Are we you cuckoo?
We really need to have a government purge. After Trump is over, we need to purge all of these idiots from office who don't deserve to be there. I really feel that people who hold offices should have some kind of experience and or degrees, education, some kind of education and or degrees in that field. Does Kash Patel have any degrees related
I don't know what he
to?
has.
Yeah. Does Bellangino have any degrees related to being the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation? You know?
They're just sycophants.
True.
They're simps.
True.
They're yesums.
Yes'm.
Yes. Congratulations to We Are DNA. That's very cool. Good on that. Raven Lunatic says, I wish more people would colonize my full moon. This is no time for romance. Raven. Good morning or good afternoon, Raven. How can Trump be dismissed now? He cannot. Not without the cooperation of the conservatives. And he's got them all bought or compromised.
Democrats are gonna have to start playing dirty. I don't know. Can they redistrict?
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do to make
kinda
it so
sad.
you can do something that they can't.
You're right. You know, it's funny that Texas was going to do this redistricting. And because of that, New Mexico, California said, all right, we'll do it too. And that'll balance everything. But because Texas was doing it, other Democratic states were also thinking about doing it. Why are you thinking about doing it? Do it. Do it. Give yourself the fucking power. Don't wait until they do it again somewhere else. Do it. Take the fucking power. That's what they would do if they had states that they could continue to do. Do it. Will they do it? No. Oh my goodness.
They have to listen. I think I've said before, I'm one of like those fair is fair people. Like I just like things to be fair. So I understand you just want to do things fair. But that's not the climate we're living in right now, unfortunately. And fair is, again, only going to get you driven to extinction.
Oh, right.
I hate to say it, but nice isn't going to get us anywhere.
That's right. The other team is not playing fair. They are playing very, very unfair.
They're intolerant.
We had our chances. We just failed with Obama and Biden to prosecute these people, leaving it, like Biden should have done what Trump did. He should have rode Merrick Garland like Seabiscuit until he had him prosecuting Donald Trump ASAP and going after all these people. That's what he should have done. But nope, he didn't. And now we're literally facing an authoritarian regime here in the United States. The question posed, is it illegal in the U.S. to talk about the president being removed from power? No. Or the president dying? No. Talking about actively killing the president or wanting to kill the president, that's where you're getting problematic. And that doesn't apply to just the president. It applies to any politician, government person, your boss at work, but as far as the president goes, it's a little different. But I think it's on the left. We've got a lot of people who a few months ago were going, now listen, guys, it's not that bad. And we're like, no, these guys are fascists. Like, oh, hey, listen, we can't be hanging out with you if you're going to use the F word. They're not that bad. Well, now they've changed their tune. They are that bad, and they're proud of it. Biden is head of Skull and Bones, hunting humans for sport. He was the second gunman in the Kennedy assassination. Good morning, Pseudo History. It's been a while since we've seen you. Thank you. I'm glad to have you.
Can I get some evidence?
Hey, don't be using the E word around here. Don't be using the E word. What's wrong with you? Yeah, there's a lot going on. I think it is actually time. We're going to take a break and go get some coffee real quick. I'd like to ask you, my friends, do you want to see our new Bible commercial, or do you want to see like the pup? What do you guys want to see for today?
Tell me what you want. What you really want.
You want Wild Bill Wiggle Stick? You want goat scented flesh candles? The Pharaoh's Curse? I guess the first one we get two of, we'll go with. How's that? New one says Gray Old Dude.
We just got a Pharaoh sombrero.
Did we get a Pharaoh sombrero?
Look it up.
Oh, there's a Pharaoh sombrero. A Pharaoh sombrero. Well, the new old dude is kind of short, so we'll do them both. We'll do Pharaoh sombrero. We'll do new old dude first, or new one first, and then we'll do the Pharaoh, because the new one's short. It doesn't really give us time to go get coffee and stuff. So I'm going to do the new one, and then we'll do the Pharaoh's curse. I know. We'll be back on Mama. Do you have an atheist friend or family member who's a good person and you don't want to see them end up in hell? But now they're on their deathbed. Time is running out. They've been there for you and now you want to be there for them. But how can you save them from your all-loving, forgiving God and its eternal lake of fire? Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles. No more worries of loved ones meeting their resolution without absolution. Now you too can force your faith on the weak and helpless in their final moments. Father Flanagan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles are designed specifically for the weak and infirmed. Extra large type for failing eyes seeing their last. Deluxe editions come complete with a post-mortem Mother Teresa would have approved baptismal kit. Also available in heathen and heretic versions. Father Flanagan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles. Coming to a Walmart near you.
Oh my shoes. No.
What? What's wrong? Raven? Oh, I haven't read it. Do you want to read it? You get to read that
I
one. Right?
don't want to read.
You don't all right, I'll do it. I don't want to traumatize Ryan on the show. A classic dad joke for you. I was driving with my dad and we passed a cemetery. Dad says, looks like we're passing the dead center of town. Then he buried his dick in my arse.
I have to go.
I don't really get the two. I don't get the two. I'm not sure what's happening, Raven. I'm not sure.
I have to go.
I don't understand. Anyway, good morning, Raven. Pseudo history, history, so Hitler. Then syphilis song. Oh, yes, I forgot that we're going to do the Pharaoh's curse. The Pharaoh's curse is next. Here we go with the Pharaoh's curse. I'm going to go get some coffee. Ryan's going to do whatever Ryan does, and we'll be back. She usually cusses.
Go cry in the corner.
Guys. You would think she's like mild-mannered and calm. As soon as she's off the air, this girl has Tourette's. I mean, I've never heard such language. It's fantastic. You think I'm lying. One of these days I'll pop her on the accent, and you'll see you like... I know. We'll have Matt Dillahunty over there going, oh my God, crossing himself. It's just a fantastic. We'll be back in just a sec. Mi burrito es tan bueno. It burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. El ataco bueno, bueno. It stings like a bee. They told me she was his sister. Now I'm plagued between the knees. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse. There's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno, a full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está no bueno, it burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno, a full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está no bueno, it burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've
A case of penal plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse. There's fire between my legs.
All right, and we are back. Thank you for joining us. UK reduced voting age to 16. You know, I would actually be more about, I don't know if letting just anybody vote has proven to be the smartest thing. Whenever, I don't know, our system is not right. Whatever it is, our system is not right. These people have proven that money can just buy it all out. And of course, the things with Elon Musk, why isn't Elon Musk being investigated and his tinkering with our election computers and systems? Well, because they won, and because Donald Trump has no interest in investigating that. You know, he's actually investigating his loss in 2020 to Joe Biden. That's the one. Yeah, they're investigating that one. Like, what the hell?
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get the street kids thing either. What makes a street kid different? If a person lives on the street, why is that any different? Philip Lister, yeah, I do. I don't know though. I don't know how that's going to work. Let me go ahead. It is. Oh my goodness.
Oh, hey, ho,
That didn't
whoa,
scare me at all. Why would you do that? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hit this button, and we're going to do Theocracy Watch. Damn dogs. At least I don't need to pee anymore. Okay, here we go.
You're tuned in to the Atheist Morning Show on the Dan Network. And this is Theocracy Watch.
In Austin, Republican lawmakers have busted out their safety scissors and jumbo crayons, not to build a better future, but to craft Texas into a political coloring book for Donald Trump. Good morning, fellow heathens, and welcome back to Theocracy Watch, where faith and fear are pasted into law by power-hungry toddlers with glue sticks and snack time meltdowns. Governor Greg Abbott called a special legislative session this summer to push through a mid-decade redistricting plan. Typically, maps are redrawn once every 10 years after the census, but the Texas GOP didn't like waiting for the grown-ups, so they're trying to redraw the map 4 years early to create up to 5 more Republican-leaning congressional seats for the Marmalade Musketeer. And where is Speaker Mike Johnson while all of this is going down? Well, he's in Israel checking out the red heifers for slaughter to usher in Armageddon. Meanwhile, his party back home is cutting construction paper into snowflakes, trying to carve out GOP strongholds. One red line here, one voter base diluted here, and suddenly Republicans have a firmer grip on the U.S. House. This kind of gerrymandering isn't new, though. It echoes the same dynamics we've seen in the Electoral College. Both systems are manipulated to reduce the political power of densely populated diverse areas, especially communities of color and immigrants, and amplify rural, often whiter and more conservative voices. Christian nationalists aren't concerned with fair representation. Old voting maps and uneven representation are how the white Christian politicians hold on to power in a country that's becoming more diverse every year. The new maps target heavily Latino districts in a blatant effort to weaken Democratic and minority voting power, slicing up communities of color and scattering their influence across safe Republican turf. Democrats tried to block the plan by denying quorum, fleeing the state entirely to avoid being forced into a vote. In a ruthless response, Republican leaders unleashed a barrage of threats, including fines and arrests, to keep Trump bloated with power, a bloated rigged majority, and the illusion of a mandate that plump daddy could never have earned on his own. Across the country, other Republican states are watching with anticipation, hoping to use similar tactics in their own redistricting efforts. If this strategy proves successful, it could become a new playbook: stack the House, undermine the opposition, and sharpen the scissors before anyone realizes who is truly drawing the lines. Nothing signifies land of the free quite like a map of democracy that has been cut, colored in red, and hung on the fridge by paste-eating patriots with safety scissors and zero shame. They are banking on our complacency, so keep calling your reps and stay in the streets.
Well, I just gotta say, very true. I mean, my goodness. And like we talked about on the show earlier, California said, hey, if you're going to do that, we're going to do that. And we're going to get 5 more places. And other states said, hey, we might want to do that too if Texas is threatening to do that. And, you know, I said earlier, do it. Whatever state you are, if you can do it, do it. Take that power from the Republicans. They have proven they are incapable of leading.
The rest of them are going to follow suit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep. So...
Yep.
Let me go here. I did see that cemetery, dead center, and buried. You know, I didn't, because of, I know your age, I didn't think the worst about that like other people may have. Raven's talking about the joke. I was just confused. I didn't think about the age part because Raven's a geezer.
Oh.
Anyway, Brent, hey, good morning. Thank you for joining us, gray old dude. Let's see who else is here. Goodness gracious. Captive Desk wandered in. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. The age, here's the thing. What I've gotten from pseudo history here in the chat seems to be a little bit right leaning for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I get that, but the whole notion of like Democrats snagging street kids, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know anymore. I think this is what I think. Conservatives have lost any right to any moral high ground when it comes to fiscal responsibility or child essay. Because they always accuse the right. Remember, that was the whole Pizzagate thing was about Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary. Yeah.
Hillary.
They claim Bill and Hillary or Hillary, whatever. She was the one who had children under this thing. Yeah. Now, do those people know or care that Melania Trump met Donald Trump through an associate of Epstein? And that, according to, I think it was Melania Trump, the first time they ever had coitus was on his airplane. And then Melania Trump may actually be in knowing, she at the very least knows that he abused girls. And at the very worst, she participated. The very least she knows, at the worst she participated. And where's their burning their Melania shit?
Right. I thought Melania said she was a big advocate of women having autonomy when it comes to like their health care. She thought that women had the right to get an abortion.
I appreciated that.
What about that?
Oh yeah, I don't think she did anything about that. She sat there and watched her husband. Well, this was actually after the fact, right? She made these comments after it was over. So don't want to hear nothing from MAGA after Trump and Epstein history. Chris, check out new hit song. It's the second time you've mentioned it. I'll have to check it out. Releasing the files. I was actually thinking I should do my own something funny about the files, releasing the file. Maybe one of my dogs has something to say about it. Who knows? I can't hear the word coitus without hearing the voice of Sheldon Cooper in my head. Well, there is that. So, this whole thing about them trying to get power. They're trying to get power. And I saw this one thing. They're totally going against what the people want at every corner. There was this one conservative politician like you. I can't remember his name. I think his name was Flood. Was it Mike Flood?
Yes.
Might have been him.
I saw his town hall thing too. He was getting chewed up.
Yeah. He's sitting there going, should a person who's 28 years old, not working, and who doesn't want to go find a job, should they be given free health care? And they're like, yes. Why would he not be given? He's the last person you wouldn't want having health care. If he gets sick, then it's going to be a burden on society. He's going to have to go down to the emergency room and go through all these things. And then he's going to be in debt forever, and it's going to destroy him. He's going to be even more motivated to not do a damn thing.
Right.
People should have health care. Health care at our time should be a basic right.
He honestly was expecting to use that example and people to go like, oh, hell no.
Right.
I think that there's a big coming to Jesus moment where people they're realizing how much is being funneled, like we said, that transfer of wealth out of their pockets into the rich, that even their worst enemies, even if they don't like that 28-year-old, they feel like he deserves to have health care and the money not to go to the rich
Right.
insurance companies.
Yeah, very true. And that is one thing, you know, if he did have basic health care, it wouldn't go to those rich companies. And then part of the deal is the other sticking point is that if that 28-year-old without insurance does get sick and he goes to the hospitals, well, they're private hospitals, and this jackass in the government who doesn't want them to get free health care has stock in public hospitals, or is on the board in public hospitals, or has some other ties to where public hospitals is what he wants people. You know what I mean? It's just corruption. To hell with what would be beneficial for the people.
Mm-hmm. And why are they always using that example? Like they're always using a worst case example. Like why not use an example of, wouldn't you want your grandma? Wouldn't you want your sick brother? Like, wouldn't you want your the boss at your job who you actually like and does a good job to have the health care? Right? Put it in that stand. Well, yeah, actually, I would want those things. Why are you always trying to pick like the worst case scenario? Why are you always trying to make it like Americans are pieces of shit? Is this not a good country, or is it? Because you seem to talk a lot of trash about who we are as a country. You think that we're all lazy, sitting around with our hands out. And again, we've proven that we're not the ones doing that, that it's actually the wealthy people with their hands out and the pockets that have holes in them. Right.
Very true. And you just cannot satiate these people. They will walk over starving babies to take your money from you and then go get on their fucking yacht.
Yep. They'd force a girl to have a baby, force her to pay the hospital bill, that she can't afford, probably, then force her to pay the health care so that she can get a job. Also, she can have no money at the end of the week. But they sure will get them. They'll sure be profiting from all of that.
Right.
While that child has a very slight chance at having a bright future, or a smaller chance, maybe I should say.
Right. It's all about the suffering, all about the pain.
Intentional, part of the program, by design.
I want to mention, I had a guy, I'm not going to go too much into it. I had this guy, in case you were, I don't know why you would, but following my comments in my chat. Yesterday, I had this conservative claimed he was a military person. He starts going off on me. Like, what gives me, an atheist who doesn't believe anything, the right to talk about what's going on with Donald Trump? And I'm like, really? Okay. He actually, what he did was, I know. He posted like 3 or 4 quick little responses on different videos. So I chose to respond to them, right? All in one, So I said, hey, I'm going to respond to all your comments. And
did you typing comment?
Yeah, comments.
I want you to start doing video replies. But anyway, go ahead.
I should, huh? I should.
I want you to. It will drive traffic to the video.
You'll have to tell me how to do. So we'll talk about that. Video replies. I've heard about that. Yes. Anyway. Okay. So he's hitting me with these things. So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to respond in this one post to 3 of his things, because he had already asked me. I even said, I'm going to respond to you and all these things. And his response was, I must have triggered you because of the length of your post. Surely you're upset and triggered you now. And I was like, no, I don't think I'm triggered. I think you're kind of an idiot, really, is what I think. And then I went on about my night, right? And let me just share this with you if I can. I don't know if I can share this with you. Anyway, after that, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 more posts from this guy.
And you're triggered?
It's exactly right. Well, part of the deal was in my response. He's like, I'm an ex-military. What have you done to serve your country? That was one of his questions. What have you done to serve your country? I was an ex-military person. I said, that doesn't mean shit. I don't give a damn what you've done. If Donald Trump is doing this, it doesn't matter what you've done, blah, 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 blah. And so, fuck, I forgot my point. Oh, anyway, I think that's what triggered him, because I said, I don't actually believe that you served in the military. Because if you did, you'd be upholding and defending your oath. And I dropped a couple of those, and I think that's what triggered him. And he went off. And the last post he made was on my Father Flanagan's inflatable altar boys commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Reported for PED promotion. I'm like, really? Did you watch the video? Did you understand the video? I am absolutely sure that's not the first time that video has been reported. But there's nothing there, go watch it. That's
What they all
do your
do.
thing. I have not had so much as a twitch out of YouTube about that video. But that was enough for me. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. Now you're actively trying to go after me and harm me.
Right.
You're trying
That's
to
a different
harm
level.
me.
Mhm.
You're sitting here defending Donald Trump, and you're going to report my Father Flanagan's inflatable altar boys commercial for pedo stuff? Really? What the fuck is wrong with you?
But you don't care
ignorant
about the actual pedo in chief?
Right. No, he's fully supporting him. Yeah, these people just disgust me. So that was the last post that person's
Okay.
ever going to make on my channel. And you know what I suspect? The only reason why I thought about not blocking him was because I block him from the channel, and he's going to go away, and he's going to go, oh, well, I don't see that channel anymore. That must have worked. I reported him,
True.
and they took down
yeah.
his channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only
I
reason
took
why
him
I thought
down
about
for
it.
God.
Yeah. I'm like, get the fuck out.
I'm a soldier for Trump.
Yeah, talk about triggered though, right?
Oh my gosh.
Triggered.
That's what like I love how they commandeer the words that have come from educated people who are on the woke side, and then
Yes.
just like try to garble them up with their new definition. Oh, you're triggered. Okay, after you fucking poked me, you prodded me, you shot me, you shoved something in my ass, you forced me to work a
Right.
minimum wage job, and now I'm triggered. Well, excuse me, I've been abused.
Yes, sorry, I may be triggered. And one of the things that gets me is like this particular gentleman, I'm using that term in its broadest possible sense. But with this kind of person, I'm like, who's the snowflake? Melting down, aren't you?
That's what
Yeah.
frustrates me. Like they're the ones who are the snowflakes. They melt if you breathe on them wrong. But they
Yes.
will point the finger because every accusation is a confession. Du-du-du-du-du-du.
True. Ways to Human, AJ, good morning. There was this jackass who started leaving comments on my chat asking me why I had the right to talk about politics because I don't believe in God. I don't know how those two are related. And I responded to him, and then he defended Donald Trump on and on and on. And then his final post was saying my commercial was a pedo thing. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with you. Yeah, that's who we're talking about. Just some jackass on the internet. Apparently other channels actually do comments. They make videos just about their comments. I should probably do that.
Mhm.
I should do that with this guy right here.
I
Yeah,
would.
Yeah.
I would.
What I'd
Because
have to
even if
do.
you blocked, or as long as you can get to the comment, you should be able to. Even if he's blocked or whatever, you should still be able to reply.
The problem is there are a couple of posts that are there. Whenever you click the bell to drop down, that's the only place I can see him because I've blocked him.
Mhm.
So I click the bell to drop it down to see his comments. And if I click on one, it no longer appears there in the bell.
Oh.
And then it takes you to a page that says, hey, this has been blocked. So I've actually lost 2 of his comments before I realized what was going on. I may actually have to go unblock him. I have no problem doing that.
Right, and then make the video,
Then
and then
go
you can,
make the
then you can
video. Yeah.
And what will be even greater is he'll be able to get the notification.
Yeah.
But he won't be able to see it.
May as well go ahead and tag him, leave him unblocked like Pastor Dean. Remember Pastor Dean?
Just give him a moment to see, take it all in.
Yeah. There you go. And then block their ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whenever you're defending Donald Trump and casting that aspersion at me or saying something, no, they got no right. No right.
Like,
It's all
that's
gone. All the rights are
wild.
gone.
That's
Yeah.
real wild.
Yeah. And, you know, one of the things I'm actually working on a commercial sort of, all right, it's a thing for Father Flanagan's Inflatable Altar Boys. It's another kind of commercial. I don't want to tell you people anything and spoil it. But in that commercial, Father Flanagan tells you the reason why he created these. And you're going to be like right with him up to the very last minute. You're going to go, oh, he's thinking that. And it's going to be totally different. We've talked about it on the show.
Be a twist.
There's a little twist, you know, he's actually thinking he's doing a good thing because, yeah, anyway. But that's okay. You know, those people, I will deny them the joy of my presence.
Yeah. But just enough so they can see that you replied to them. I think that would be, that will drive traffic too. Yeah.
That would be, I wouldn't mind making that video. You know, I really don't think there are some things I could actually see. Remember, we talked about that content creators thing yesterday. The good.
Oh, yeah. The creator accountability thing. Right.
Yes. I could actually see them going through my videos and going, listen, this one's a little offensive and we might ask you to take that one down. I could see them doing that. They talked about like, you know, what if Glenn Beck, or not Glenn Beck, it was somebody else. Oh, it was, what the hell's his name? Conspiracy. Alex Jones. If Alex Jones came to you and tried to get it, they're like, well, we'd consider him, but he'd have to change a lot of things. They may come to me and go, I don't like that. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, there's a possibility, but I mean, I would say if they would say something to me, they would say something to you, then that would definitely, not saying that I would or would not do it, but it would be something I would absolutely reflect on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because we are both on the show, I'll probably have to contact you whenever they contact me. But anyway, yeah, I could see that, you know, that I'd have to alter some of my stuff. But I got to be honest, especially that Father Flanagan's Altar Boy one. That one, I mean, I sat on that for years because even I thought that was too rough, you know, and it was just the wife, the evil one going, man, get him, boy, get him. I'm like, all right, fine.
Do it. See what happens.
So I did it. Dial Hater Huckleberry that hangs at Slim Cyborgs being all disgusting. That's a lot of words. They're all English, but I don't understand why they're put together in that order. Dial Hater Huckleberry that hangs at Slim Cyborgs being all disgusting. That kind of sounds like a Bitcoin wallet key. A whole bunch of words. One of those things I wasn't meant to understand. So everybody, that has been fantastic. So thank you for the Theocracy Watch, Ryan.
Yes.
Trump is calling for a new census that requires you to say if you are a citizen or not. Yeah. I'm eager to see what's going to happen. I'm afraid to see, in a way, what's going to happen because, I mean, I've been saying for a long time he's going to lock up his political opponents.
Yeah. He's going to try. I don't know. I really don't think that. I mean, I do think they're obviously being successful, but I do think it's going to come to a breaking point.
Did you read the story that came out 22 hours ago that says ICE traps congressional Democrats trying to visit a detention center?
Nope.
So, congressional Democrats tried to visit one of those centers, and they were,
detained
by ICE, thrown in a detention center.
How are they getting away with it?
That's right. That's the question, isn't it? That's the question.
It is the question.
And did you hear about Superman, Dean Cain? Did you hear about him? No? Dean Cain has openly come out. He just joined ICE. He's making posters saying, come and join ICE. He's the one who bitched that the new Superman is too woke.
Hold up. Let me hear myself.
I wouldn't lie to you here in front of God and everybody. I know. Ryan, the 2026 election will be a Rubicon.
Out of here.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
Chunky ass little bitch.
Yeah. No, Brent, I would not lie to you. I'll put it up here on the screen. Let's go. Dean Cain.
He better watch himself because his skin ain't pure white. I'm just saying. With a little tan, he could be mistaken for somebody else. So
it's really not, huh? I mean, it's just he came out I'm looking for it here. Why? Don't you hate that Google AI search bullshit?
It is so annoying, man. I'm tired of it. Can you just turn it the F off?
The New York Times says Dean Cain, who played Superman, says he's joining ICE. Ex-Superman actor, according to the BBC, says he's becoming an ICE agent.
You know why? Probably because he's so washed up. He needs that sign-up bonus.
You're right.
Thanks for telling the world that you're a has-been.
Yeah. You're right. He really doesn't look like he's their ideal kind of person, especially when he has any kind of face hair. He looks not white enough to where I could see them disliking him being in their group. With a
slight tan, I'm just saying.
All it takes. That's all it takes. But yeah. So Superman, the guy who played Superman, ex-actor, seems to think.
What a Superman.
I know.
What a super piece of crap.
I haven't seen the new.
Is turning over in his grave right now.
Yes. Yes. If he isn't, he should be. He would be. It's just crazy. And, one of the things that they're having a problem with is, obviously the notion that he's an immigrant. Well, of course he's an immigrant. He was an undocumented immigrant. If ICE were to encounter Superman, they would have locked him up. And that's the problem they're having.
I can't.
Yeah.
The irony. It's not even fun irony.
It's not.
It's not the good kind.
Kevin
right?
Sorbo, Kevin Sorbo wouldn't surprise me.
Planet.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised. Well, Kevin Sorbo, I don't think he could because of his health. It's been a long time known that he's got some kind of joint disease because Jesus didn't heal him from the prayers. And so it's kind of painful for him to get. I can't see him doing an active kind of thing like would be required from ICE. All these pro-ICE fuckers are going to get a harsh wake-up call. Too late, I'm afraid. Brent, I feel you. I think, that's one of the things is that, remember the Nuremberg trials? We're going to have modern-day Nuremberg trials. That's really should.
Scary, man.
And whenever this happens, these people they got to know that their name is in a database, and an ICE database, that they got paychecks and they got their student loan forgiven. Yes, we'll forgive your student loan if you agree to go attack brown people for us, illegally remove them from the country.
Mm-hmm. I'm not. It's beyond scary.
And isn't it crazy how many of these right-wing douchebags were very much against masks, and now all of a sudden they're very pro-mask when it comes to ICE.
Oh yeah,
interesting.
All about putting the mask on, protecting themselves.
Yes, I actually used to kind of make the argument for there are times when you would want your police or military to be masked. For example, if you are going to use your police or military force to go after the cartel down in Mexico, you really don't want your policemen getting exposed. We've actually seen that on TV. You can go see the military people and the police who engage the cartel that's because they're engaging a dangerous militant group organization that will gut you like a fish and hang your head off of a bridge. That's why. That's not what ICE is facing here in the United States. All they're facing is public shame for what they're doing.
Yes. Accountability in the press, on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is who is stealing your relatives off the street.
Right. That's right. This is who is doing it.
They're so brave to pick up the gun to take the money, but not to show their face.
Yeah. That new pair of shoes you got, little kid out there, that new bicycle you got, a new teenager who got a new car because dad's cool and he got a new job. Yes, all those things are being paid for on the price by immigrants, and they're suffering.
I wonder if there's a website where they're being named and shamed. Does anybody know?
That's a good question.
Like an accountability website where if you happen to know an ICE agent, you can send their info in or something? Like for accountability, you know what I'm saying? Not to track them down, but when all is said and done and the dust settles, I want to make sure that people are held accountable for their atrocities.
Yes. It would be nice to know.
Traitor.
And it says there isn't a legitimate or official website that publicly tracks, and well, of course we knew that, right? But there are platforms that report ICE activity. So I don't know if you guys have heard ICE Block.
Oh yeah, the ice block.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Koki, a similar app used primarily by some migrant communities to receive alerts for nearby ICE activity.
That's good.
Now, I'm telling you, person, if you're, I have no problem telling you this. If you're a left-wing person, if you're a reasonable person out there, go down, sign up for ICE, join them, get that $100,000 sign-on bonus, get them to pay off your student loans, and then give us reports from inside about what the hell is going on. You know, do good from do good from the inside. You know, I hope some of them are doing that.
I wonder what the stipulations are for the bonus. Like, is there like what's the time limit? Is there a people like a quota that you have to reach for? You know, what's all?
And they're obviously going to have to go over your social media.
Yeah, so you better hope you don't have anything.
Apostate babe Linda James says, I hear some of the ICE agents are dealing with negative mental results.
Oh,
and
the bad guy feel bad for doing bad thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, he does. I can get it that some of them went into it thinking they were going to be arresting illegal immigrants.
Fucking douche.
But how many, I mean, they're not just arresting illegal immigrants. They're undocumented work people.
Kids,
they're arresting, they're doing all
teenagers,
kinds of things.
Babies.
Legal.
Taking babies,
Yes.
screaming babies from their mothers, breastfeeding babies from their mothers. Yeah, I hope you feel like shit.
And then you see the conditions they're putting these people in these prisons. We've stopped talking about the Salvadoran prison, right? We don't talk about it at all because now we've got Alcatraz right here. What about that? Are conditions somehow getting better down there? I don't know. You know, we'll have to see. Man, the chat is going nuts.
The prison industrial complex is getting so rich off of
of course.
Off of harming families, off of hurting our economy. Like our economy is going to be so freaking bad. And like I keep seeing like the freaking Republicans saying, oh, the workers, we can just get kids to do this job. You know, it's not that bad picking fruit. It's an easy job. I heard Trump say on a phone call that, or he was talking to somebody on a phone call, and the farmer said that immigrants don't get bad backs because if they get bad backs, they'll die. And Trump's like, oh, well, that's interesting. Like, bro, it's backbreaking work. What that guy was probably trying to say is that if an immigrant gets a bad back, it's death for them because they won't be able to sustain themselves. They will die or they'll get thrown into a gulag. Not because they literally can't, they're built for this, because he was saying immigrants are built for the work. No. I mean, you know how many immigrants are doctors? I mean, my husband's doctor was an immigrant. Like, give me a freaking break. They do far more than just that kind of labor. That was
That's right. No, that's fine. Adrian Belgrave hit a nail on the head. Says ICE isn't looking for only illegal aliens or criminals. That's a straight up fact. It's not just that. It's that they are actively making people undocumented. They're removing the status of legitimate people who are here legitimately and then going after them with ICE. That's absolutely not right. And that's not even the worst of it. The worst of it is really whenever you're an immigrant, you've been living here for a long time, doing all the things you're supposed to do, and you go down for your regularly scheduled check-in, and they throw you away without due process and send you to some gulag. That's the worst right there. Thank you. I think we had somebody become a subscriber. Thank you for becoming a subscriber.
Oh, cool.
Very much appreciate you.
It's just incredulous that you can call yourself a Christian and treat your fellow human being like this. They only see immigrants as just lower than them, not worthy. And most of these immigrants are Christians. Like
Yes,
that's another like wild banana cuckoo thing about it.
that's
Your
right.
fellow Christ brethren in Christ, you're trashing.
Yes. Yeah, they're making them all look bad for one. Well, here's one thing though. I think one thing that needs to happen, really, really needs to happen, is we need to redefine what Christianity is. Now we're like, oh my goodness, how can you call yourself a Christian? And the reason why you say that is because your notion of a good Christian is somebody who's loving and peaceful and takes care of things and is honorable and all those things. But that's the vision we have because we've been programmed with it. We need to redefine what Christianity is. So whenever someone says you're a Christian, they know exactly what they're getting. There's no notion that they're getting somebody with a religion of peace. They're getting somebody who's most likely going to lie to them, who's going to cheat them, who's going to make shit up. You know, I mean, just the worst of the worst kind of people. Did you know that strippers, thank you for the $5 super chat, who receive money with come on it still have to declare it with the IRS? Is considered gross income. Yes, it is. Very gross income. That would be true.
And there's a lot of dirty stuff on money. Anyway.
Yeah, money is disgusting. It really is. Carrie Ann Chrysler says the comments Trump made about inner city people not wanting to work to take the place of immigrants got me Christian. Got me. Okay, you know what? That's got me so furious. That's one of the things. Donald Trump, there's two things going on. One of them is they're going to start, I believe, using these people in these gulags and renting them to farmers. You want some labor? We're going to rent you these prisoners. We'll call it modern day slavery. They're not going to do that. They're going to start. That's what I would not be surprised if they're already talking about it.
The fact that Trump has already said it lets you know that people have already been in his ear with this idea and that it's not new. And I'm absolutely certain there will be some kind of work release program where the immigrants will be able to leave their confines, the cage that they spend all day in with 30 other people with no blankets and no running water, and spend hours out on a farm somewhere. And I bet you that farm will feel really good about himself.
Oh, I'm helping these immigrants. Look at me.
Yes. Let me just do here about.
Yeah, indentured servitude. It's not slavery.
Yes.
It's not slavery. Come on, guys.
Yeah. So far, there's no formal anything about it. I wouldn't be surprised though before, but that's one point. Okay. So one point is they've got this experienced labor workforce right there locked up in prisons. Okay. And then there's the second thing is that they're absolutely, absolutely destroying the United States economy. If you're a poor person in the United States, you are about to become absolutely destitute. All of you are going to be begging for $4 an hour jobs if you don't make over $100,000 a year already. And so that's really what they're going for. They're looking to make themselves a low wage working class workforce. And they really prefer that workforce to be white, of course. So that's how you get a white working class that's willing to do the work that immigrants was doing, is you pretty much starve them to death. You destroy the economy, and they have to go to work if they want to feed their families.
Yeah, I can speak English. I do sometimes do that.
Just not today.
Right. Today, it won't be the day where it happens, but
today is not that day.
Today's not the day.
Right.
But with the military industrial complex, a lot of a certain demographic of people find service appealing because they can get training for free. You know, there's a lot of freebies that come with it. Yes, obviously you have to give your body to the government, but you're getting things that maybe normally you and me wouldn't be able to get without it, because the pay is shits, because the jobs are shit. So this is intentional. You know, we keep talking about intentionality because they want people to love the government. What do they do when you go into the government? They pretty much brainwash you to lick the boots. I mean, not, but you know what I'm saying? To love love this country nationality is just baked right in to the conditioning.
Especially the military.
Yeah, so you come out, you know, after whatever you go through. Now you think, you might have training and all these other things, but you also come out with a plethora of possible mental health issues or, you know, not being able to keep a job or what have you that you didn't intend to have. So all the bonus, like all the things that you came out thinking it was a positive, now you've got this much more weighing you down. It's just it's really not fair after you have handed your life over like that.
Right. I almost joined the Army in order to get the GI Bill so I could go to college.
Yeah.
Because I could afford college. Now, let me ask you, how many people out there join the military, one branch or the other, they join the military because they wanted to, because there was a bonus for joining and they would also pay off so how many of them did it just to get out of debt or to help their families and ended up over in the Middle East, either killing people or being killed? How many people fell just for the GI Bill, just because they wanted to educate themselves and take care of their families?
Yep.
You know,
trying to do the right thing, you know, because you're told this is to protect our country.
Debt slavery, because some people just can't manage their own finances. Yeah, I know. That's what they're going for, though. I'm really, of course, I'm just some alarmist on the internet, right? I'm the same guy that said Trump was gonna do all the things that Trump has done. Actually, that's wrong. That is not true. That's a lie. I said Trump was going to do A, B, and C, and Trump has actually done A, B, C, D, E, and F, and just gone way further than I thought he was going to go. Yeah. And I'm eager to see. I'm eager for it to be over with, to be honest. I'm eager to see at what point it's finally going to snap and people are going to turn on it. And we don't know at what point. When's it going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know, but I feel like we definitely have to start making moves in media. That's going to be a big problem if not, because the Charlie Kirks, the Charlie Cucks of this world will be certain to continuously propagandize people to just be okay, to just be complacent with whatever Trump says, whatever his messaging is. Like it's okay if it doesn't apply to him when it applies to the rest of us.
Right. And, you know, it's really weird to see Donald Trump talking about like his political opponents, like Chuck Schumer, and say he needs to answer for what he's done because nobody is above the law. Isn't that weird to see Donald Trump say shit like that? Mr. I am the law. Anyway, thank you, Raven.
Your crimes.
Right. Well, no doubt he should be. Why are men in the Navy called seamen? Because you are what you eat. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I will mention though, you know, I don't know nothing about nothing. I was, you know, I don't know about nothing, but in the Navy, I mean, why do they call the bathroom? In the Navy. Yes. Why do they call the bathroom the head? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Do they really?
Yeah. It's called the head. The bathroom is called the head. I don't know if it's a description or if it's like that's where that happens. So that's what they call it. It's a boat full of lonely men. Where are they going to do it? In the bathroom, right? Because it's I'm just saying. I don't know nothing. I've never been. Brent A says, as a Navy man, I approve. Yeah, there you go. Right? Scuttlebutt. There you go.
My grandfather was in the Navy.
Yes. Oh, was he?
Me pop. Me pop was in the Navy.
Yeah, he. I got to go down to like the shipyard that one time in Philly. There's like a big naval shipyard. That was cool.
That's really cool. Adrian Belgrave says my stepdad was in the Navy. Douchebag. I'm glad I went into the Marines. Well, cool. You know, there's always these jokes between the different branches of the military. Which one of them is going to step up and defend our Constitution? Any of you military people out there, just let me know, because it's under attack by the president from threats domestic, working for threats foreign. I'm just saying. Do your jobs, bitches. Do your jobs. Bathrooms were located in the front of a boat, aka the head. Chet, I would almost disagree with you. What was the poop deck for? It was at the back of the boat. The poop deck was at the back of the boat.
Shove them right off for home. Shove them right off for home. Do you remember that movie? Was that Goofy?
Which movie?
I feel like it was Goofy in one of the Disney movies, like an old cartoon movie.
A Goofy movie? No, I don't think I've seen that.
Shove them right off for home. Now that's in my head.
Really says you need a security clearance to get into a Navy shipyard. Yeah, probably do. In the military, you swear allegiance to the U.S. Constitution, not to the POTUS. Right. You also do that in the government. Every political office, from Ted Cruz to Lindsey Graham has sworn an oath to the Constitution, but they've betrayed that oath as they've supported Donald Trump while he literally attacked the Constitution. The First Amendment of the Constitution is the right of free press and the right to protest. He's already literally going after protesters, and then he's going after the press. Sued CBS for $300 million. You know, until now, CBS is completely capitulating. We sit here talk about how the media is not doing their jobs right now. Why aren't we still talking about the political assassinations that happened a month and a half ago? Why isn't that top page news? Yeah.
The media is not media-ing.
Right. They're not media-ing. That's right. Very much true. Brent A says, I like Marines. If they're ever unhappy, you just give them some crayons.
They're just like the Republicans. Give them the safety scissors and some glue pens.
Yes. I'm going to say, I don't know anything from anything. I'm going to speak because I know somebody who works in the field. But when it comes to military people, ex-vet, vets, if you've got to pull a bandage off of a tender area on a vet, the Marine is going to be the one that screams and cries the most.
Really?
That's what I've been told by a nurse with many, many years of experience. If it's a Marine, you're going to be like, okay, we're going to pull this Band-Aid off. And he's going, Navy, Army, not so much. They can deal with a little bit more. But you'd think those Marines, I don't know why. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying.
I wonder what that's about.
You're tough as long as they ain't hurt. Republicans have only one color crayon, and it's
red.
white, to be honest.
Oh, well, yeah, actually. Well, maybe two. It's red and it's
maybe two, yeah. Well, they have to have a color to paint their hoods.
True.
Obviously. And they have to have a color for their armbands, the red.
Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand. The swirl. That swirl.
Let's see here. Sapient Simplify. You guys have all been fantastic, by the way. I just want to make sure I caught everything. ICE traps congressional Democrats. Yeah, so they're moving towards arresting their political opponents. Now, here's the deal. The conservatives are criminals. Many of them have done crimes and have been committed or convicted of crimes. They were either having done crimes or being under investigation for crimes when they took power and literally took away their own investigations. Looking at you, Ted Cruz, or looking at you, Matt Gaetz. Good example, So they do crimes. Donald Trump was not politically persecuted. He's a criminal. He did crimes that he was convicted for. So that was not political persecution, but he gets in office. Now he's going after all of his political opponents. Now, of course, we also know part of the reason why he's doing that right now is because of the Epstein thing. Mm-hmm. And I think he was actually going to save all the threats of arresting Obama and all that, arresting Hillary. I think he was going to save those for further into his administration whenever people were responding to his authoritarian, to how things were going with the country, how he was, building this Gestapo and all that. I figured he was going to save it for that, but he didn't have the time because the Epstein thing hit the fan. And so now he's throwing all of his cards out there, and it's still going. People are still talking about Epstein. When it comes,
they have a lot of people on their team, but it isn't a well-oiled machine. I mean, I know that Project 2025 is doing very well, and they're chugging along. Yeah. But if Democrats can just get down and dirty and do the work, I do think that we could stop this.
And there's only a couple of problems. One of them is if said Democrat has anything in their history that could possibly cause them problems.
They might be afraid.
They might be afraid because they don't want to get arrested and thrown in jail by Donald Trump. Or if that Democrat happens to be clean as snow, but they throw enough money at them.
Oh, well, I mean, we know that money right now is talking.
Yeah.
Money has a grip on the balls of our Congress people.
Well, we were very happy when we read about how Bernie wasn't taking taking money from the Israeli state.
Yeah.
We were glad, but that he's probably one of the few.
Probably.
Right?
There might be a handful, because I think obviously the Palestinian rep. I'm so sorry. I know her name, but anyway, I know she's not taking money from that lobby, but and they're all bought and sold by one pack or another.
Absolutely.
Like regardless, somebody is in their ear telling them how to vote. Either it's through one of these groups that we've done, or organizations, institutions that we've done stories on, how they're on Capitol Hill having Bible studies with people. And like they're on the inside. Like they are on the inside.
The call is coming from within the house.
Ring a ding ding, one ring a ding ding. Yeah.
Absolutely.
One ring.
How can you fight such evil without the help of God? I gotta say, man, your God botherers are part of the problem. They're a huge part of the problem. These people who believe in God are dying to oppress everyone else, and they're willing to tag up with the MAGA conservatives so they can impose their religion on people. They are literally part of the problem. So if your God is real, he ain't doing nothing about it. But why would he do anything about it now? Why wouldn't he do it whenever the Jews were being persecuted, or whenever this group was being persecuted, or whenever these millions of people were being killed? Why wouldn't he do anything then? Is the same reason why he won't do anything now, because he doesn't exist. And it's the people who think he exists that are actually the problem in our society. Not that they should be deleted. They should be re-educated, and part of the deal is that we should stop letting conservative Christians do anything when it comes to our public education. Anything. But no, they've gotten all their way, and now they're going to be programming the next generation. That's part about the 10 Commandments. Even if it's an atheist child or a different child from a Hindu child or whatever, seeing that all the time reinforces the notion that is real, that God is real. And those, you know what I mean? And
right.
It's like always there. And it shouldn't be. They shouldn't.
No, they should not be privileged. It's not the place for privileging of religion. That should only happen in your church.
Right. Absolutely.
That's the only
you know what? I'm going to thank you for joining us today. I've been doing really good about working in my yard for half an hour every day. So I'm going to go out and work in my yard for a little bit. And I've got a video I'm going to drop tomorrow. As we've been talking about it a little bit, I'm going to destroy the 10 Commandments.
Ooh.
And I've done a video doing it. And I'm going to even give, I'm going to get better commandments than are there in the Bible. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop a video about that tomorrow, right after the show. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to have a guest. And I always say his name wrong. Let me go here and say his name. I can do this. Wesley Boyd, thank you. I appreciate you. Wesley, I just got a message from Wesley. I appreciate you, Wesley. Let me see here. Steve Gikatis. Steve is going to be on the show tomorrow. He's an author, and he's writing books. He's very smart, because authors are smart people. And we're going to have him on the show, and we're going to talk about his stuff. I'm excited.
I look forward to it.
Yes. One of the reasons I've been a bit of a slacker is because I've been working on getting a new calendar situation up so people can subscribe and choose what hours and what days they want to be available for the show. And in doing that, I've kind of gotten behind in getting my other scheduling. Like I want to invite Arden and Sydney on. I just haven't gotten to it.
I love that. Oh my God. I would love to have them so bad.
I'll see if I can get them to come on. All right, guys, you have a wonderful day. I'm going to go do that thing. Thank you, Ryan.
Are you going to read the super chats?
I'm going to read the super chats.
But I'm going to leave.
Okay.
But thank you for the super chats. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you for the super chats. Let me put them over here. Fan funding. She left. Cardiff, Wales for $2. I see your trap, said Muttley. Von Eric. Thank you, Muttley. Raven Lunatic for $10. Classic dad joke for you. I'm going to see if I can navigate this one. I was driving with my dad and we passed a cemetery. Dad says, looks like we're passing the dead center of town. Okay. Then he buried. I get it. Okay. Thank you. I just don't get it. Some jokes are not meant to be gotten. Of course, for those of you who are, never mind. Sean Alexander for $5 says, so I mixed some holy water into my laxative. Now I'm about to start a religious movement. I think that one came through while we were doing a commercial, and I forgot to say that out loud. Sorry, Sean. Thank you for that. Raven Lunatic said, did you know that strippers who receive money with cum on it still have to declare it with the IRS? It's considered gross income. Very gross. Gross taxable income, I guess. When men are in the Navy, why are men in the Navy called seamen? Because you are what you eat. Thank you for your super chats. My super chat, you guys ain't right in the head. I'm just saying, I appreciate you all for your support. Guys, be careful out there. Thank you very much. I'm going to go see what my dogs are barking at and then go work in my yard. I'll see you tomorrow for Friday. We're going to have a guest. It's going to be a lot of fun. Send safely, my friends. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booths, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goats, the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen